Hello and welcome to Drakon video series. Today we are going to design a butterfly shaped pendant with a Pave setting. For this we are going to start here under the jewelry tab with the charm tool, and in here you will see that it will allow us to select any of these curves from the library or even add our own, where I'm going to use this butterfly kind of shaped curve. What I'm going to define here, the measurements, I'm going to something around 25 millimeters, and actually I'm just going to remove the proportional to be able to adjust the height a little bit more. Maybe 22 looks good, and the thickness, actually I'm going to cut afterwards half of this. I want it flat in the back. For this I'm going to keep 6, but I'm going also to enable here the curve, the outside curve, which will be useful for a border. So for this I'm going to use the planer cutters first to cut my charm. So in here I need to make sure it's the Z cutter I'm looking for, and right in the middle I could use a boolean split, but also I can extrude just like this and make a boolean difference as well. So just need to select the object to remove, and as I was saying, we have here this flat back where I want to use under the solids the shell, and I want to select this part, and the thickness 1 millimeter looks perfect. As you can see now, we have hollow out the back, and we have the curve where I'm going to use the metal on curve to create a border around the surface. So I just select my curve, and I need to make sure, let's rotate here this profile. Let's see, maybe 1.8 should 180 I mean, and actually the thickness I'm going to use 0.8 or 0.7 looks good, and also the height I can reduce here a little bit more than 1.2 should be fine. So I have this border to define my shape, and I'm going to use the boolean union to make both parts connected as a single object. So now we have the model. Let me just hide the curve, and we can now move to the next step where I want to fill this with gems. So let's use the Pave, and we will select the object where we want to orient the gems. And of course we have gem sizes, maximum and minimum gem sizes. We can of course arrange these, but also I want to control here the margin distance as well as the distance between gems. So let's say we want, let's say, fill this area. Let's try here to fill the best looking possible. We can add a few more or even control manually here under the mouse mode options, where we can place a few more gems. At this point I'm always I just define the maximum and minimum gem sizes as 1.5, as you can see, but we can readjust here the either drag the gems or even add more if we want. Readjust here the size of these new gems. As you can see, it's quite easy to do. Just click the position and it will calculate the best for the overall gems position. So as you can see in here, we are adding a few more gems just to see if it will look as we are looking. Okay, and let's wait just a little bit just to see, make sure everything is properly as needed. Maybe we can try to add one more in here. Let's see. All the others looks good. Maybe in here we can try to fit another one. And now I think we are good to go for the next step, which we will be doing the prongs. So I just need to select the group of gems, and now we will readjust here, for instance, prong size. We can define all the measurements as well as control manually. There will be a couple of them that you'll see most part of them are properly placed. We can adjust the margin, but there will be always one or more positions that we can readjust. For instance, add one more in here, drag this one, make sure this will be ready for the setting. Okay, just click and drag, or with the mouse mode in this case to add. You'll see most part of them are ready to go, but we can either readjust manually any of the locations we want to. For instance, adding one more in here, and probably just drag this one in here to the position. So this is the idea, to readjust all these positions. Any of these that you might want to readjust, we are free to go. So now that we have the settings and the gems, we can move to the next step, where we will be adding the gem cutters. So I just select the gems. Let's drill the holes in our metal to make room for the gems, and probably we could adjust in here the taper of the gems. We can always redefine our cutters as needed, and also in here let's do the azure cutters. So I select the gems, and I need to select the back face, which in this case will be all these. Make sure we select the entire back face so we can calculate the azure cutters. It can take a little bit to compute this one. Okay, so here we go. This is the Azure cutters where we could of course readjust here the options, but it looks like it's ready. So let's now make the Boolean difference to remove all the cutters from the pendant. Okay, it looks like it is ready. As you can see, the Boolean operation it's done. We have the Azure cutters, so we can move on to the next step. We need also to add bail, so let's under the jewelry tab we can find here the bail, and let's place it on the position and maybe under the gallery, or by readjusting the ones we have, the parameters we have in the different sections. But looks like it's good. Let's just redefine here the position, and finally we could also let's probably do it under the top view, just create a sharp, in this case a curve for the chain. So let's just create to represent the render. Okay, so let's do it here, sharp chain command, and let's select the curve and choose which one we want to use. Probably we could use this Cuban link. We just probably will need to adjust the angle. And as you can see, it's ready, our pendant. We could adjust the material. Let me just with a central button select the curve and hide it, and also invert the selection from the gems to apply a material that let's choose white gold. Okay, so this is the exercise for today. A simple butterfly pendant filled with gems and a couple of details. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.